When we are young, we are considered innocent and oblivious. In my opinion, we are only oblivious to what we don't see around us. As a child, I was very observant. I remember minor details of my surroundings and particular features off faces of others around me. I remember the first time I held a camera and how it made me feel. I remember how it felt to capture mesmerizing images in a way that could only be expressed through unique imagery. As a child, I grew up traveling. My love for scenery began on the road and only grew more as I ventured to different places. The more I ventured, the more I began to love and appreciate many things around me. I was mesmerized by people, capturing photos within the perfect timing, getting the perfect lighting, and creating the wow factor effect. I knew from the moment I held a camera, I was given the opportunity to show the world how I see it, my vision. I knew then and there I wanted to make my mark on the world as a filmmaker. My family and friends were my muse. They helped me become the person I am today. I was given my first camera as a graduation present, and from there, I could not put the camera down. All I wanted to do was film. I would film my family, my friends, everything and everyone. Many times they would get annoyed with me, but in the end, they knew it was something that made me very happy. And so they humored me and they allowed me to film whatever I wanted to film. Although I was very ambitious as a child, I struggled with finding my talent and what made me special. At one point, I had given up because I believed I wasn't as talented as most people. It wasn't until I held a camera that I quickly realized my talent. Without my love of film, I wouldn't have discovered who I truly am. I find that there are many untold beauties and wonders of the world that cannot be seen by those who may overlook it. But I believe that if I could capture those images on camera and manipulate them to how I wanted, I would be able to create something unique. And when you manipulate them in the right way, I could create a beautiful cinematic picture. I discovered this love of film shortly after becoming obsessed with scenery. Since I traveled a lot as a child, I would watch many movies on the road. From watching many different films on DVD, I quickly became obsessed with how things were shot. And I focused more on the lighting of the film. This is where my love of filmmaking began to blossom. As children, we are taught to strive for goals. We are told that we can be whoever or whatever we want to be in life. When I was younger, we had a career day event where we would go to this career center that allowed children in primary school to experience what it was like to work an adult job in the career field. At the time, I had chosen a job as a camera news reporter. I found that I was more interested in the people behind the camera filming rather than the job I was assigned. It was then that I made my decision. From that moment on, I knew who I was and what I wanted to be. I knew what I wanted to create. I wanted to recreate the facts in a movie and turn them into something of my own that I can eventually finesse. I wanted to recreate the feeling I felt when I was watching certain films. I wanted to make films that created a feeling that would move my audience, whether it be comedic, dramatic, or horrific. At that moment, I had made the decision that I wanted to be a filmmaker who created an emotional connection or response within my audience. As a child, I was not oblivious. I knew what I wanted. I knew that I was on my way to becoming a filmmaker.